We will now begin the counselor part of the presentation. As you probably already know, we have 5 counselors: Mrs. Hoffner, Mrs. Holbrook, Mr. Ramey, Mrs. Schmidt, and Miss Woodyard. We are supported by our guidance secretary, Mrs. Teely, and our record secretary, Mrs. Nolan.
Let's review over the 28 credits you need to graduate. Our district requires that you take 4 credits of English as well as math. You will need 3 lab science credits and also 3 social studies credits. Notice how these match up with the state requirements. You will also be required to take 1 PE or marching band credit and 1 fine art or CTE credit. If you are interested in going to a state university, you will need at least 2 credits of the same world language. Some out-of-state universities require 3 or more. The 28 credits equate to 16 core credits and 12 elective credits. If you earn 30 credits and are missing a core credit, you will not graduate, so core credits are very important.
Here is an example of a transcript. Your transcript is in your blue folder. Go ahead and get it out right now. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with this document. It is extremely important as it is a permanent record of your grades and test scores. It will be even more important as you move into your junior and senior years. Please take a look at the bottom left corner. Here you will find your GPA as well as your class rank. Universities and scholarship organizations look at these numbers to determine your admission as well as the money they will give you for college. A 3.0 core GPA will get you into our state universities. Also, take a look at the box in the center of the transcript titled Graduation Requirements. There are 4 columns here that you will want to focus on. The column titled Required will show you how many credits you need in total. The Comp column will show you how many credits you have completed at this time. The WIP column stands for Work in Progress. These are the credits you are working on this year. And the final column is how many credits you will still need after this year.
All of this work here during your 4 years at Centennial is to prepare you for your post-secondary plans, which are your plans after high school. You have unlimited options available to you. Some of the routes include university, community college, trade school, military, or heading straight to the workforce. Take 45 seconds right now and talk to the person next to you. As of right now, what do you plan to do once you leave Centennial in a couple years?
Many of you will be heading to one of our 3 in-state universities. If you plan on heading to U of A, ASU, or NAU, you will need to have a 3.0 GPA or be ranked in the top 25% of your class. If you don't meet these requirements, you could also be admitted with an ACT score of 22 or an SAT score of 1050. Many scholarships are merit-based, which means the schools base the amount of money they give you on your grades and test scores. We cannot stress this enough. Grades matter. Universities reward students for high academic achievement. Think to yourself right now, what are your grades looking like? Would you be admitted to a university with your current grades and GPA?
There are also many options for community college. You can begin your education here and transfer to one of the 3 in-state universities. You are also able to earn many associate degrees and certifications here. The main advantage is they tend to be less expensive and can allow those of you who are still undecided about a college major some time to explore your various career fields.
Are you interested in learning a trade for a career? Maybe culinary, auto, medical assisting, welding, electrician, or air conditioning and heating? A trade school may be the place for you after high school. A trade school can be similar to a community college, but the primary focus is learning a particular skill that you can apply to a career. Many of these jobs require additional training, usually in a hands-on setting.
We have military reps on our campus a few times a month during lunches. It would be a good idea to chat with them to get some more information about options if the military may be in your future. You may also want to take the ASVAB test your junior or senior year to see where you would fit into the branch of military you choose.
Now let's start talking about the classes. It is very important to choose your core classes first, and we will be doing that together shortly. After that, you will be choosing your possible elective classes. It is important that you choose classes that you are interested in. Do some research. Talk to other students. Ask the teachers about their class. Check out Centennial's guidance website to watch some quick YouTube videos on some of our classes, or check out the Coyote Pathfinder, also on the website, that tells you more about the class. You don't want to be stuck in a course that is not what you thought it was. You will not be able to change these elective choices later, so be careful with this. We would love to see you take a risk, challenge yourself, and try something new. You may fall in love with a subject you never knew about. Spend a minute or so and talk to the people next to you about the electives you have taken and listen to theirs.
Now look in your blue folder and take out the proposed course offerings list. It looks like this. These are all of the courses we will be offering for next year. Notice the column on the right that says grade level or prerequisite. This is an important column as it will let you know if you are eligible for a class. For example, you can't sign up for Art 4 if you have not taken Art 1, 2, and 3 yet.
We are excited to announce we're offering some new classes for next year. In science, we have AP Environmental Science. In performing arts, we have Music Master Digital Music, Theater Showcase, Instrumental Ensemble for percussion, and Orchestra for strings. In visual arts, we have Advanced Throwing. That doesn't mean football or baseball, guys. It's a ceramics class. And Advertising 4. And yes, you see that right. Under World Language, we are offering Japanese 1 and Japanese 2. And don't forget, we also have AP European History in the Social Studies department.
These are the core classes you will be choosing today in a moment. English 3, your next math class or classes, your next science, and AZ US History.
Now please pull out your blank registration sheet, which looks like this.
We are going to fill this out step by step together. Let's begin by filling in the top. Start with your full legal name, your counselor's name, and your current career goal. Then write the classes you are taking this school year. You do not need to fill in lunch as everyone has that. If you are unsure of your second semester classes, you can find them on your transcript.
The next parts are the main reason you are here today. It's to get registered for next school year. Through this process, you will end up with 8 credits of classes and 3 alternates. Remember, over half of all students end up with an alternate, so choose those wisely. Let me make sure that everyone heard that last part. Most of you will end up in an alternate class, so pick classes that really sound interesting. Raise your hand if you ended up with an alternate class this year. See what I mean? In the next few slides, we will go through selecting classes together.
Let's start with English. You have 4 choices for English your junior year. The vast majority of you will select the first English class, which is English 3. Honor students have some more choices. You'll either sign up for English 3 Honors or English 3 Honors with Advanced Business Computers. Note, this is a year-long class that will take up 2 of your 8 credits. It has a focus on FBLA and business. It will be the logical English class for your junior year if you are currently in Mrs. Kaner's English class. If you are in the AIM Honors program or in an English 2 Honors class, you will most likely select the last option, which is AP Language and Composition. Circle the class that best fits your need. If you are not currently in Honors, you may sign up for Honors classes, but you will need prior teacher recommendation in order to make this a valid choice. See your counselor for more information.
Almost everyone will be signing up for General AZ US History next year. If you are in an honors English class this year, you may want to consider AP AZ US History, or APUSH. Circle your choice in box 2 now.
Okay, that was easy. Now let's talk about math. Many students are in a hurry to finish their 4 math credits and be done with math by the time they are a senior. We highly discourage this, as nearly 80% of Centennial students who do not take a math class their senior year end up taking a remediated math class when they are in college. This is a class that you have to pay for, yet do not get credit. We cannot stress how important math is.
Here is what our math flow looks like. You all have taken Algebra 1 and will take or are taking geometry this year. Some of you have or will take Algebra 2 this year as well. You can see the various breakdowns of how the math flow works. If you're planning on taking the bare minimum of 4 credits of math, we highly suggest you only sign up for Algebra 2 next year. Save your 4th math class for your senior year. If you plan on going far in math, like through AP Calculus, you will want to take the next 2 math classes as a junior. After Algebra 2, you get to choose which math classes you take. Use this chart to help you make your choices. You can see in this example, the student opted to take both Algebra 2 and College Algebra next year, so he wrote the name of the courses and the course ID numbers. Course ID numbers can be found on your proposed courses list. Go ahead and fill in your math selections for next year. If you are only taking 1 math class, circle elective in box 4 and leave it blank for now.
All right, let's dive into science. By your junior year, you should have completed biology and may have even taken a second science class. Once you take biology, you can take many of our upper level science classes.
We want to help you choose the best science class for you to take next year. You should choose 1 science class and can even add in 2 if you want. University-bound students will want to take at least 1 science class from 3 different strands. We have signified these with different colors for university admission. Please see your counselor if you have more questions about this. First, we have 4 levels of physics, which would suit all levels of math ability. For example, lower level math students would enjoy the conceptual physics class, while upper level math students would be successful in our AP Prep physics class. Chemistry is a prerequisite for many of our upper level science courses and is highly recommended for those considering the medical field. Earth Space Science is a fun class which will cover all of your burning questions about Earth as well as outer space. Environmental science is also an option if you're interested in learning about the environment. Those of you in AP Prep classes will most likely select another AP Prep or the AP version of the class. If you've already taken chemistry or plan on taking it next year, you can sign up for the classes that have Chem as a prereq. These classes include AP Chem, AP Environmental Science, or AP Bio. You could also sign up for Biological Applications and Technology, which is also called BAT. This has an emphasis on forensics. Human Physiology is an anatomy class. You will dissect things. It's awesome. This can be confusing for some, so we will give you about 5 minutes to pick your next science class, and the counselors will be around to answer any questions you have.
One more minute.
Okay, now that we have the core classes taken care of, you get to start choosing electives. Be thinking of what you want to do as a career when choosing those electives. High school is a great time to learn about many career fields and determine what you are passionate about. Please look at the proposed offerings paper and find one elective class that interests you and point to it right now. Will you have the needed prerequisite by your junior year? Go ahead and look over this entire list and circle some electives that you are interested in.
Alrighty, let's fill out boxes 6, 7, and 8 right now. Those of you who only signed up for one math next year will also fill out box 4 for an additional elective. In this example, the student picked jazz band, marketing, and photo 2 as their electives. One thing we really suggest is those of you who are taking a world language take 1 and 2 during the same school year. So if you choose Spanish 1, be sure to choose Spanish 2 as well. We'll give you a few minutes to fill these boxes out. Once you are done with your elective choices, you will move on to choosing your alternates. As we have said multiple times before, there is a really good chance you will end up in an alternate. Please choose classes you really want to take. In this example, our student has chosen the alternates in the order she wants them: criminal justice, journalism, and music theory. As always, make sure you have the prerequisites for the classes.
The bottom of the registration form asks if you are currently taking any off-campus classes. If you are, list the program and the location. Then answer if you're planning on taking an off-campus class like Met Academy, West Mech, ROTC, or something else. Please fill this out and sign your name.
You best credit check yourself before you wreck yourself. Just a reminder, English 1 and 2, Algebra 1, Geometry, and Biology all require a 70% or better to be considered passing. We allow students to retake a class once on campus. After 2 unsuccessful attempts at a class, you'll need to take the class in an alternate setting, which usually means summer school or an after-school program that costs money. Take advantage of your teachers' and peers' help so you do not find yourself in this situation.
This is Lisa Simpson's completed registration. Yours should look very similar.
What are some other options you have? Many of you may be interested in being a TA or tutor. These applications will be available right before school starts next year. You do not put this as a request now. If you are interested in taking an online course through eCampus, you will want to make an appointment to talk with your counselor about this. If you want to take online courses from any other site, you will need to get prior approval. Any online core classes require a competency test once you finish, and it is a difficult test.
Please don't forget about the awesome information you received from WestMech as well as MET earlier. These are both fantastic programs that will help launch you into a career. Your counselor can help you with the application for the program. If you are interested in one of these, you will want to register for a complete schedule now, and once you're accepted, we can arrange your schedule accordingly. We also offer some unique electives on other campuses that you could co-enroll for. There is a list of these electives in your folder. Most of these options would require you to have your own transportation.
We have just given you a ton of information and things to be thinking about. We want you to take these blue folders home and discuss all of this with your parents this weekend. You will also need to log into StudentView and enter your course requests online. You cannot use the app. You actually have to log into StudentView through the internet. A presentation and demo video on how to enter your request are posted on Centennial Guidance webpage under Sophomore Resources. There are also written directions in your folder on how to complete the online registration.
Now you have homework on a Friday. You have until Sunday night at 11:59 to enter your requests online.
You will be meeting with your counselor in a smaller setting next week. We will be checking to see that you completed your homework at that time. We expect that you have your class requests entered.
Some final reminders. Do not forget to get a parent signature and complete your online registration before you meet with your counselor next week. Bring back your blue folder and complete it registration to school starting Monday.
Have you followed the guidance department on Twitter yet? We have information about scholarships, college applications, financial aid, self-care, motivation, and course offerings. If you haven't done it yet, be sure to add us and get the most up-to-date guidance information.
And finally, have you joined the class of 2021 Remind yet? If not, take out your phone and follow the directions on the screen.
We have put this Remind account together just for you, just for the sophomores. And the guidance department will be sending out periodic text messages to give you information about things you need to be doing that are important.